know a lot of the content I make is kind of talking about relationships and just, you know, being together and things of that nature. I talk about like the benefits of being a single father and just being single in general. If I'm getting my daughter Friday through Sunday, right, and her mom is getting her Monday through Thursday, there's always stuff that comes up. So it's not just like I'm refined to the weekend, but those are like the set days. The biggest thing, I would say the hardest thing, honestly, is just doing her hair, which her mom does, and I appreciate her mom greatly for that, because I could do like a half-ass ponytail. I don't really see what's so hard about, not her hair, but just like, think about it, okay? She's in school for majority of the day, right? Because you're only getting her Monday through Thursday. Now, granted, you have to get her to bed, and you have to get her ready for school, as well as, you know, make sure she showers and, you know, make dinner. But from what, 7 a.m. to like 2 p.m. and then Nyla, my daughter's in this thing called Adventure Club, so I don't know what time her mom picks her up. But granted, the point that I'm trying to make is that like you're not even getting her for the whole day. You're getting her for a couple of hours, and then she's off to bed, and then she's off to school. So to me, it's not even as bad as like people make it seem. You know, and I appreciate everything that she does. Like, it takes a village to raise a child, right? So this is why I would never have beef or complain. There's times where, you know, I'm ready for her to go back to her mom's house. You know, this girl all in my face, asking all these questions, and you know, and I love her. I love it. Like, I love being a father. I love everything that comes with it. I mean, there's so many times, man. She can be clumsy sometimes. Like, hey, Nyla, grab this water. And then she drops her plate, or then she makes a mess, and you know what I mean. It's a lot when it comes to co-parenting. You know, I feel like every time I get her, she's more sassy, and I'm like, okay, you could talk to your mom like that. You're not talking to me like that, all right? Matter of fact, you shouldn't even talk to your mom like that. One of the things about being a single father is the freedom that you have. I don't want to get credit for being a father, but just it amazes me at the amount of people that are surprised that I am a good father, and the amount of praise that I get for being there. It's kind of weird, because I don't want to get applause. I don't want to get praise for doing my job and doing what I'm supposed to do. But I'm not gonna act like there's not benefits and perks to, like, when people see me out with her. Man, she gets so many compliments. Oh, I love your daughter's hair. Oh, you guys are so cute. I have the freedom to kind of go as I please. We get to share our kid. And when you're single, there's no obligations. I don't have to consider anybody. If I'm not with my daughter, I only have to consider myself. I can casually date. I can talk to as many girls as I want. The older that I get, it is harder for me to do that. I don't even like doing that, right? And here's the thing. I'm not even saying that I don't want to be in a relationship or that I wouldn't like that. Man, I would love to like have a bond with somebody. I would love to hear about your day. Tell me about that bitch that you can't stand at work. I would love to rub your feet. I would love for us to put our money together and we create a business. I would love for us to have some property. I would love for us to like build something. I would love to learn about you and you know, how can I make you feel seen and heard? Like, I would love to do that with the right person. But on the flip side of that, you know, you can't have it both ways, right? You can't have, okay, you want to go on your girls' trips. You want to go clubbing. You want to post provocative pictures. You want to have a bunch of guy friends. You want to like have all this freedom and do all this stuff. But it's like when you're in a relationship, you have to sacrifice certain things. And there's just certain things that I'm not willing to put up with. I know so many guys that sit in their car for 30 minutes before they walk in the door. I know so many people that stay late at work because they don't want to go back and deal with their circumstances and their situations. Over time, people get bored with each other. You know, you live with somebody and you start to get sick of them, and you know, it's always something. You can get bored really quick. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but I promise you at some point that shorty that you can't get over, she'll get bored with the new nigga. Because there's always a new nigga, and then after that nigga, there'll be another new nigga. Old habits are hard to kill. And so if you are a certain way and you are how you are, trust me, your shorty will be back. I love having the ability to travel. I don't have to ask my girl, hey, yo, I'm going to Vegas. Is that cool with you? I don't have to check in with nobody. You know, I love to do things by myself. And I'm very charismatic. Having a mouthpiece is half the battle, man. And God bless me with a mouthpiece. You know, I know that the worst that somebody can tell me is no. Okay, so I've never been afraid to ask a girl out. I've never been afraid. I hold conversations down. Probably one of the number one things that people say to me is that I know how to hold down a conversation. I don't even really like texting. I do voice messages or we FaceTime. I think texting should only lead to meeting up or, you know, a phone call. Also, something that I realized about being single too, now, this might be controversial, but this is just what I've seen, especially the older that I get, is that, you know, how long you make me wait for sex will determine how attracted you are to me. I promise you that she gave it up to a guy and he didn't have to do anything. So if you're not that guy for her, her attraction for you probably isn't at the highest level, and you're probably not her first choice. The longer you make me wait for it, the longer I'm kind of like, oh, she probably not really feeling me like that. And again, like, I'm, you know, don't try to smash every girl that you're fucking cool with and shit. I'm just saying, these are just things that I have noticed as while just being single. I would much rather be single than be in the wrong company. I would much rather be by myself, travel alone, and do things by myself. You're gonna meet people. Having your freedom and being able to do and move how you want to move is a luxury. Because a lot of people get in situations and they can't leave because they don't know how to leave, or they're attached and they don't want to go through that heartbreak. You see things so much more clear when you're single and you're not kind of consumed by this person, right? I instantly, like, I have so much peace with myself that the moment there's a red flag, the moment that something is not peaceful, the moment that it's just like, okay, I can tell like we're not gonna align, I'm out of that thing. But sometimes when you're with somebody, you're not really thinking like that, because like this is your person, and what you think is that's your person, but it's just like it hits different. And sometimes you got to have these seasons of like not doing nothing. Don't be afraid to travel alone. Don't be afraid to do things by yourself. You know, when somebody comes along and you guys align, you will know. I'm not in this lustful state of my life anymore, and so, you know, you got to really come with some substance, like your mind, and you know, the type of stuff that you present, you know, the type of bait that you put out there is the type of fish that you're gonna catch. So if you're posting promiscuous pictures and you're acting a certain way, I kind of just don't want to deal with it. You know, that's not the type of energy that I want around. And that's not to knock anybody. Again, I don't care what people do. I genuinely do not care what people do. But again, you know, I am in control of, you know, who I want to align with and who the people that I think would be good for me. So, you know, that's just what it is. There is not a lot out here that is even really worth putting all my like full effort and time and energy into. They're just really not. Relationships are a gamble. As much as people want to talk about gambling and casinos and sports betting, relationships are a gamble. Seriously, because you have no idea how things are going to end and how they can play out. So, you know, you really just got to be careful and watch yourself. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one.